Hello Capricorn, my name is Megan, and my mic is way down here, hold on. My name is Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As always, like and comment on this video if it just so happens to resonate with you. Sorry. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the person that is on your mind currently. Let's get into it. Capricorn and the person that is on their mind currently, if I can get situated. Judgment reversed. Someone's having trouble coming to a definitive conclusion about something. This could have to do with a fire sign or somebody who's very fiery and passionate. Many of you may be dealing with a Libra. What I'm getting is this person's very indecisive. Many of you may work with this person. It looks like this indecisive sort of nature of theirs is really bothering you. It's like really hurting you. You're having trouble sleeping, but you're also really trying to just like release this. I feel like many of you Capricorn, you're dealing with somebody who couldn't make up their mind whether they wanted to be with you or not. It's like they would come in really passionately, and then they'll cool off. And then they'll come back and then they'll cool off. In my experience, a lot of times when you're experiencing that type of behavior with somebody that you're interested in, a lot of times, not all of the time, but a lot of the times it's because they have someone that they're interested in that's doing the same thing to them. And when that person goes cold, then they'll come back to you. And that's not for everybody, that's just for a couple of you out there. But I do feel like regardless, there's a deep friendship bond between the two of you here. There's a friendship that is just unmistakably, you kind of know that you were meant to meet this person. And sometimes we do meet people in life that are meant to be sort of what I call a bump contract. And what a bump contract, it's a soul contract that we have with other souls, obviously, but it's a soul contract that's set in place to bump us onto another path, or to sort of lead us somewhere else where we're supposed to be going. It's called a bump contract. That person's not necessarily meant to stay in our lives. So when it ends, it can really hurt because we don't understand, we don't really understand here in our 3D reality that, oh, that was supposed to be temporary to point me this way, to my actual person, or towards my actual career, or towards my actual soul purpose. I'm getting many of you, this is more of a bump contract. This is something, but at the same time, it's like a deep friendship here. But you were definitely meant to meet this person for some sort of higher purpose, if that makes sense. Whether that's children, whether that's a career where you're going to go help others, whether that's just in your own life. Many of you may be born on the 2nd. 2 in numerology is typically feminine energy, although, if you're male, you can still have that energy. A good example I like to use is my dad. He's actually a life path 1, male energy, but he's born on the 2nd, that female energy. So he actually has a very nice mix of both of those. Every number in numerology has their pluses and their weaknesses, right? Their strengths and their weaknesses. But that's a nice combination to have because those 2 numbers are very different. They're opposites, literally, but they complement each other well. He never gets too aggressive with the 1 energy, that 1 direct CEO aggressive energy. He doesn't take that too far, but he also doesn't take the 2 feminine energy too far. There's a nice balance there. Anyways, I do feel like maybe at least once in you and this person's history, past, what have you, there have been words that have been spoken that were not necessarily, I just saw the Queen of Swords reverse, now we have the King of Swords reverse. It's like when you guys argue or fight with each other, it's not healthy. There's a lot of low blows that'll be thrown out there. There's a lot of, like I said, it's just very, very unhealthy, kind of a tit for a tat, that sort of thing. Lovers reverse could be dealing with a Gemini. Like I said, it's like this connection has been severely disrupted because someone could not make up their mind. Someone couldn't make up their mind. That screams Libra to me. But I'm getting that this person definitely, they wish that they could change their ways. I'm also kind of getting for some of you, it's like they may be born on the 20th, but it's like that Devil card reverse. They want to change their patterns of behaviors that they have of this indecisiveness or this not being able to choose, this hot and cold energy in and out. They would love to change this, but it's like every time they try, they just get really defensive. Or anytime someone points out their flaws, their weaknesses, they get really, really manipulative, very cold, very, they ice the other person out. After they speak all of this sort of very hurtful things towards you, then they ice you out. That's the energy. Does this person wish that they could change though? Yes. And on the inside, I feel like this person's very conflicted, just overall, not just with this love connection and picking something, but in general. They're indecisive about everything in their life. They're constantly unsteady. And that is not someone that you need in your energy, Capricorn, because that's going to rub off on you. We naturally become the people that we hang around with. So if you're around this person too much, you're going to start being up and down. Let's see here. How does this person feel at the deepest level about Capricorn? King of Pentacles. They feel like you're very stable, secure. They really enjoy this side of you. It's what kind of made them fall in love with you to begin with, is what I'm getting. But they're so much like this that they're attracted to that opposite energy, right? Opposites attract sometimes. They're attracted to that. They're so much like this that when it comes to you, Capricorn, they really enjoy that stable energy, that energy of just sort of, they enjoy that because they're very restless. They're very quick. They're impulsive, all of those types of things. How else does this person feel about Capricorn at the deepest level? They're feeling possessive over you, especially after some sort of fight or words were spoken here. The Emperor reverse, they could feel like maybe you want nothing to do with them right now. Maybe you gave this person a piece of your mind. And Capricorn, I do quite frankly feel like you're kind of sort of wondering what else is out there at this point. Because of all the indecision, all of the ups and downs, all the ins and outs. Like, you're an earth sign at the end of the day. You want that stability. You're always going to kind of want that. And this person is just all over the place. So as much as you do care about this person, I'm getting, it's like the romantic feelings are definitely waning. But they feel very possessive over you. How does Capricorn feel at the deepest level about this person? Knight of Pentacles reverse, the Tower reverse. Yeah, you're not wanting to give to this. Page of Cups reverse. You're not wanting to give to this romantically as well as financially at all anymore. You're not wanting to give to this anymore because there was a collapse here. And it had to do with some sort of words that were spoken that were very uncouth, that were very just rude in their essence. I feel like they attacked personal things about you that was just way across the line. Way across the line, especially with the Emperor reverse there. This person stepped into some energy that was not only stubborn, but like very just, I mean, stubborn's, I guess, the right word. They stepped into the energy of, you know what, this is what it is, and spewed a bunch of personal like hate towards you, I'm feeling, because they were hurting, but that's not okay. How you're feeling is you don't want to offer any more romantic feelings, love. You're done with any monetary tokens of appreciation. You're sort of done with the whole lot of it because this caused a disaster in your life. This caused a really rough time in your life, maybe even unbeknownst to this person, but it's like I'm getting the energy of intense conflict. Like, not conflict where you make up in a couple days. This is conflict of like personal insults being spewed, really, really unhealthy energy. What is the advice for Capricorn in dealing with this situation? I'm going to say probably leave it in the past, because anytime we're dealing with somebody who lashes out like that, a lot of times, you know, I'm not even saying that anyone who lashes out in a relationship that they don't have reason to. It's just not very healthy to do. You know, it's a lot healthier to communicate, and we're all guilty of this on some level, of, you know, letting our emotions get the best of us. We're all guilty of this on some level, but this person took it way too far in their verbal communication towards you. A huge fight broke out. The advice is actually just recognize this for what it is. You know, if this is a cycle of you guys just fighting and You know, it's not healthy. Recognize it for what it is. It's a battle. At the end of the day, love is not supposed to be a battle. Love in relationships is supposed to be something where, you know, you're whole on your own over here, this person's whole and content and happy on their own over here, and then you come together to build something beautiful. You know, it's not supposed to be a tit for a tat. It's not supposed to be harsh words. Well, you did this. Constant fighting and conflicts. Although, you know, I mean, if trust is ever broken in a connection, it's very important to make that up, because that puts the other person on edge, walking on eggshells. But I feel like it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You're kind of moving on from this. You're over it because it caused a really hard time in your life. And I am seeing, Capricorn, you have something new right around the corner. For many of you, you've already met this new person. They could be a Taurus. This newer connection is going to feel a lot more stable than whatever this conflicty type energy that really put you down and out there for a while was that came into your life. This newer love, this newer connection is going to make you feel stable and secure. I feel like you gave a lot of that energy to the other person, but they were unable to give it back. Too much indecisive energy, too much all over the placeness. You guys could have had many arguments about this indecisiveness. It could have been something that drove you nuts. This next person's not going to be like that. They're going to be somebody who knows exactly what they want. And they're going to be someone who you're going to feel really comfortable giving to. Not only giving to, but it's like you're going to be comfortable receiving too. Not just monetary stuff, like emotionally, all of it. One more piece of advice for Capricorn. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to want to give to this new connection. It's going to be a really beautiful, oh my God. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. This new connection could very well prosper into your person. So what I'm really getting here, Capricorn, is as soon as you get rid of this indecisive, unbalanced energy, even though there's a friendship here with this person, the constant arguments, all of that is a low vibrational state. It's a lower vibrational state, and we have to work to get out of it. So the more you leave this connection in the past and you start moving towards something new, whether you've met someone new or not, as long as you get on the path to meeting someone new, which means leaving this person in their own energy behind, detaching your energy. The more you detach from this past person, you are going to meet someone, you're going to meet your person, the person that the universe has solely picked out just for you. You are going to meet this person. I actually feel like this other person's kind of a test for you. And they vibrate really low. This whole connection vibrates extremely low. So you're going to be pleasantly surprised by the newer connection, because it's going to make you realize, like, oh, this is what it's like to be in a high vibrating, healthy connection where both parties are stable and secure on their own, and then we come together and build. Quite frankly, many of you want to build a family, of a real solid concrete life with this newer person. It's gonna just be that energy. So that is what I have for you today, Capricorn. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, I will see you guys next time.